Federal Judge Jeannette Vargas just officially threw Drake's entire defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group straight into the trash can. After months of endless live-stream rants, heavy conspiracy theories, and promises of a mythical red button that would allegedly destroy UMG, the court granted the motion to dismiss every single charge. The legal receipts reveal a brutal reality. Drake was out here citing fan tweets and streamer clips as factual evidence, claiming UMG used bots and radio payola to destroy his reputation with Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Fans were convinced he was playing four-dimensional chess, but the ruling proves he was barely playing Candyland. He willingly stepped into a rap battle, got verbally handled on a global stage, and then tried to take his own record label to court when things got messy. Welcome back to the channel. Let us dive right into this absolute disaster. To truly understand how unhinged this situation became, we have to look at the original filing. Drake filed a massive lawsuit alleging that UMG collaborated with Kendrick Lamar to orchestrate a coordinated smear campaign. His legal team claimed the record label illegally promoted Not Like Us using payola and streaming bots to intentionally tank his public image. He even argued that the song was defamatory in nature and could potentially cause him physical harm. Think about the sheer hypocrisy here. For over a decade, this guy built an entire career acting like an untouchable mob boss, throwing subliminal shots at every rival in the industry. But the moment a diss track turned into a global anthem with people of all ages chanting allegations against him, his immediate instinct was to call the authorities. The mental gymnastics required to pull this off were wild. In Drake's head, UMG targeted him because he was due for a massive contract renegotiation. He convinced himself that after getting verbally smacked around in the battle, he was pulled into a corporate setup. Reddit users quickly pointed out the obvious logical fallacy. Drake voluntarily entered this battle. He begged for the smoke. He explicitly dropped diss tracks telling Kendrick to bring out every single allegation, including the questionable relationships with minors. Yet, once Kendrick dropped the hammer, Drake ran straight to his legal team claiming defamation. When your opponent takes the exact angle you dared him to take and wins, filing a lawsuit afterward is peak sore loser behavior. The court documents reveal that Drake's strategy during the discovery process was getting bizarre. He requested full access to Kendrick's private business contracts with UMG. He demanded records regarding the biological paternity of Kendrick's children and personal details about Dave Free. Essentially, his legal team was trying to use court subpoenas as a fishing expedition to farm personal dirt on Kendrick for future rap tracks. This was never about a legitimate legal injury. It was a desperate attempt to save face, shift the public narrative, and recover from an absolute PR catastrophe. When Judge Vargas reviewed the filings, the entire case completely crumbled. The judge explicitly noted that matters of artistic expression and hyperbolic rhetoric in rap battles do not constitute legal defamation. The ruling highlighted that a reasonable listener understands diss tracks are heated, exaggerated, and full of personal jabs. Furthermore, the judge pointed out the absurd irony in Drake's argument. He accused Kendrick of domestic abuse and alleged his wife had an affair in his own rebuttal tracks, yet expected the court to penalize UMG only for the songs that went viral against him. Does a major artist lose all right to claim defamation the exact second they use those same unverified personal allegations as weapons in a rap battle? Drop your take in the comments because this ruling just established a massive precedent for hip-hop culture. You cannot actively participate in a dirty mudslinging match and then sue the referee because you came out covered in mud. What makes this even more embarrassing is the actual evidence Drake submitted to a federal court. Instead of concrete financial audits or proof of corporate sabotage, his legal team cited tweets from his own stands and clips from DJ Akademiks live streams as factual evidence. Imagine trying to prove a multi-million-dollar conspiracy using random social media commentary and streamer rants. The judge completely dismissed these claims, leaving Drake with zero legal leverage and an even bigger public L than before. Even worse for Drake, legal experts are now pointing out that UMG could potentially countersue him to recover their massive legal fees, turning this whole legal stunt into a complete financial backfire. During this entire legal crusade, Drake was rolling out his Iceman project through multi-hour live streams. He kept hinting at a massive RICO case, claiming UMG, major radio conglomerates, and competing labels were engaged in money laundering. He repeatedly teased this legendary red button, promising fans that he was one step ahead and about to expose the entire music industry. His core fan base swallowed the narrative whole. Streamers were out here predicting he would end up owning UMG or walking away with a $2 billion settlement. The hype was built to an absolute fever pitch, with thousands of fans waiting for the ultimate bomb to drop. Then came the stream where the red button was supposed to be revealed, and the result was an absolute joke. Nothing happened. No evidence, no bombshell revelations, no industry-shaking leaks. Just hours of rambling, subliminal shots, and promotional fluff for his upcoming gambling streams. The reaction from his own supporters was brutal. Disappointed fans flooded social media, calling it the biggest waste of time in internet history. They realized they had been strung along for months, feeding on fake hype just to cover up a failing legal strategy. And that brings us to the core financial reality behind this entire meltdown, which reveals something much darker about his current career trajectory. But before we get into the actual numbers behind his UMG contract and why the label laughed at his demands, make sure you stay tuned because the financial details prove this entire situation was never actually about rap. Before this feud escalated, UMG looked at Drake's demands for a massive $100 million contract renewal and evaluated his actual catalog value. Here is the part most casual fans completely overlook. UMG already owns the bulk of his most valuable music, specifically his entire catalog released prior to 2018. That era represents the vast majority of his timeless hits. His newer material simply does not hold the same commercial longevity. Since the Kendrick beef alone, Drake dropped roughly 30 to 40 new tracks. Almost none of them maintained staying power on the charts, with even his top-performing singles failing to secure a dominant #1 spot. Right now on streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music, his daily catalog streams are heavily carried by his pre-2018 era, meaning UMG continues to collect the majority of his revenue while his new independent-style drops barely move the needle. Understanding his declining leverage, UMG had zero reason to break the bank for his new music. Drake is nearly 40 years old, still trying to cosplay as a youthful lover boy and a street cartel leader simultaneously. The label realized his peak hit-making era was behind him. At this stage in his career, is Drake's sudden transition into stream marathons and gambling sponsorships a genuine lifestyle choice, or a desperate move to sustain a lifestyle his new music sales can no longer support? I would love to hear how you guys read this financial pivot. Instead of taking a brief hiatus, letting the public miss him, and returning with a polished, undeniably great record, Drake chose to remain in everyone's face every single day. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar capitalized on the victory by performing Not Like Us on the biggest global stages, including the Super Bowl halftime show and massive stadium tours, turning the song into an undeniable cultural milestone. Drake's legal stunt did not protect his legacy. It permanently attached a court record to the beef, ensuring that every strange detail, including his past interactions with underage celebrities like Millie Bobby Brown, became permanently archived in public legal documents. Now that the court case is officially dead, Drake is left with no legal shield, no red button, and a strained relationship with the very label that controls his greatest achievements. At the end of the day, this lawsuit was never about protecting artistic integrity. It was a desperate attempt to rewrite history after losing the biggest rap battle of this generation. By taking his own label to court, Drake exposed his declining industry power and alienated his fan base with fake promises. Now, with his case officially thrown out, he faces the music alone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another story. Drop your thoughts below, and I will see you in the next one.